I've been in tech sales for over 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of people transition into tech sales thinking they were gonna make 6 figures within their first year and end up burning out after 2 years, not even making half of that. In this video, I'm gonna go over 6 things you need to seriously consider before making a decision. And after hearing these 6 things, you'll know on whether or not it makes sense for you to pursue a career in tech sales. Let's get into the video. First, let's talk about pay. Salespeople are paid on what they call on-target earnings. This is essentially your base salary and your commissions combined. And this is typically split on a 50-50 split. So 50% of your on-target earnings is gonna be your base salary, the other 50% is gonna be your commissions. A lot of people think whenever they transition into a tech sales role, they're just gonna be, cruising on this nice cushy salary, and that's not the case. Especially when you do start to transition into tech sales in a BDR or SDR role. You could be around a 40 or 50K base, plus obviously those commissions that you can get if you hit your quota. But if you don't hit your quota, sometimes people go in get in rough patches, and you're gonna be spread pretty thin just on that base salary. Another thing to be mindful of is if you're not hitting your quota, you won't last very long in sales. Could be around 2 quarters, maybe a little bit more than that, but you're gonna be out pretty quickly. So just know it could be uncomfortable, but if you do the right things, you put in the work, hitting your quota and your targets are realistic and you can do it. Second, mundane tasks. Especially when you're starting out as a BDR or an SDR, you're gonna have to cold call, cold email, LinkedIn direct messages. You're gonna have to be doing research within some of these accounts, understanding what are these customers' pain points, what are their challenges, what triggers, what are they posting about on LinkedIn, what can you personalize and write to them about. And you're gonna have to do this every single day, and most likely as a BDR, you're gonna be measured a lot on your activities. So understand, these are mundane tasks that are never gonna stop. You're gonna have to continue to do them. And by the way, whenever you do get promoted to AE, they still don't go away. You still have to prospect and do all these mundane tasks in addition to account manage and upsell and cross-sell. So just know that this isn't going away. Now it's gonna be obviously to a lesser extent, you may have some support from a BDR or an SDR once you're an AE, but it doesn't go away. If doing mundane tasks over and over again is something that you don't really look forward to, sales could be something that you may not wanna consider. Third, quotas and targets. You're always gonna have a target that you're gonna have to hit every single quarter, and in some cases every single month. If you're a BDR or an SDR, that may be meetings per month or meetings per quarter. If you're an account executive, that may be $100,000 or $200,000 a month or a quarter, depending on whatever your quota is for that year. So understand, you can't get too high or too low whenever you have a really good month or a really bad month, because guess what? The next month or the next quarter, you're back to square one. So don't get too high, don't get too low, and understand you need to be consistent. Consistency is key in this game. This is a long game. So don't get overly ecstatic if you have some sort of big sale or a great month, and don't get so pessimistic if you have a terrible month. Understand this is a long game. You continue to build, get better, build, and those opportunities for growth will be presented to you, but understand you're always gonna be getting measured against a target, and that's never gonna go away. Fourth, keeping up with trends. Technology evolves fast, no matter what industry you're in. Whether you're in the AI space, you see so many things coming out with AI, you're in vector search, you're in cybersecurity, it doesn't matter. You need to constantly be looking at what's going on daily and weekly within your industry, because technology evolves fast and things are always changing. I promise you guys, whenever you get into a company, you're gonna start to notice how the product teams are always developing. They're always trying to improve whatever product that you're selling. So you need to be very in tune with that. You also need to be very in tune with your customers. What are they seeing? What challenges are they coming across? Why are they even using your solution in the first place? Why are they looking for one? Understand the business outcomes to that. But that's never gonna stop either, guys. As you know, technology continues to evolve. So you need to study. You need to hone in on your craft. You need to, nail down your pitch and constantly work on that and constantly understand what's going on within the market in order to be the best rep out there. Fifth, building and nurturing relationships. Guys, if you are somebody who tries to stay away from any sort of interactions, talking to customers, internally engaging with your colleagues and other resources, going to meetups, having these cadence calls with partners, sales may not be for you either. Because in this business, you're gonna have to consistently get in front of people, new people and the same people, right? Making sure you're on the same page, communicating efficiently in order to continue to grow accounts, upsell, cross-sell, but also break into accounts. So if just talking to people is something that you're not necessarily keen on, and something that you just really don't look forward to, sales may not be for you, because that's something that's never gonna change. And people, guys, it's an old cliche, but they buy from people that they know and they trust. They don't necessarily have to love you, but they have to know and trust you. And you have to build that credibility, and you have to continue to build that credibility over time. So if that's not something that you're too keen on doing, you may need to reconsider. And sixth, getting rejected, losing deals. Guys, if you're in tech sales, not just tech sales, but sales in general, if you're gonna have any sort of longevity in this career, you're gonna have to get used to losing a lot and constantly getting rejected. Because let me tell you, that happens every week, every month, every quarter. It's gonna happen. Nobody has a 100% closed win rate. I've seen the best reps have anywhere from a 30 to 40% closed win rate, and they've continued to grow and get promoted and get better. So that can happen, guys. And let me tell you something, the reason the best reps continue to grow and get better and elevate their game is because with every loss, they flip it on its head and they understand, okay, what could I have done better? What could I have learned here? And then they document that, they're mindful of that, and they don't make the same mistakes over again. So that's the way you really need to view these things, not as just losses, but learning experiences. They're gonna help you in the long run to close more deals and get better. But let me tell you, if you have an expectation of winning every deal, it's unrealistic, it will never happen. But that said, learn, get better, iterate on it, continue to grow. If you can do that, you should be able to overcome any sort of rejection that comes your way. So with all that being said, I'm not making this video to persuade you to not pursue a career in tech sales. That's not my intention here. My intention is just to create the proper awareness that you need to understand whether it makes sense or not for you. So if you're still watching this video, maybe it is for you. Like, guys, I'll tell you, tech sales, since I've started up until now, it's been 6 years, and I've had so many doors open for me that just wouldn't have been open had I not gone down this career path, whether that's buying my first car, my first house, investing in real estate, investing in stocks, buying family dinners for my family, and there's so many more things. But that said, you need to have a long-term perspective when getting into a career like this, and understand this isn't just a 1-2 year shortcut, get rich quick. This is, let's build wealth, but in time, I'll get there and I'll continue to grow and get those opportunities. I think if you have that right mindset, tech sales is for you. And if you don't, and you're not necessarily aligned to those 6 things that I had mentioned, maybe it's best that you consider something else. So that being said, I hope you just found any sort of value in this video, and we will see you on the next one.